Okay, let's unpack this. When things get complex or, you're really trying to push for growth, what's the first thing that jumps to mind?
Oh, for most companies, new software. Gotta be.
Right. It's almost automatic. We need a new tool. That platform will fix it.
It's the default setting, isn't it? We kind of reach for technology as the immediate solution.
Totally. But what if the real engine, the actual infrastructure holding it all together, isn't code? What if it's, well, people?
And that's the core idea we're digging into today. We're looking at this really insightful article. It's the second part of a series, People, the Core of Revenue Operations.
Oh.
And it makes this powerful case that even now, with all the sophisticated tools, the human element, specifically people who are real system thinkers, like your top RevOps pros, they're actually the crucial component for high-growth companies.
Got it. So our mission here is to explore why. Why does this source argue that, counterintuitively, certain people are the real leverage point, the foundation for scaling effectively?
Yeah, let's jump right in. The big picture thinking here suggests we've sort of been through one big wave of digital transformation already. That was the wave where everyone was focused on implementing the core platforms, right? Get your CRM live, connect marketing automation, set up the BI dashboards.
Right, and that felt like the main goal for a while. Okay, tech stack's built, now we scale.
Exactly, checkbox ticked. But the argument now is we're in a new wave. And this one isn't about just throwing more tech at problems.
Okay.
It's about elevating the people who know how to truly use it, connect it all. Basically connect the dots in ways the tools themselves just can't. It's about people who see the whole system.
And you really see this playing out strongly in areas like revenue operations, RevOps.
Absolutely. The article highlights how companies hit a growth ceiling, and their first instinct is often, what tool can fix this bottleneck? But the real constraint, it argues, usually isn't the lack of a tool. It's the organization's underlying ability to design, manage, and evolve the complex web that ties together people, process, and the tools.
Okay.
And that's where these human RevOps pros are vital, not just as admins, but as the actual human infrastructure.
So this is the people greater than platforms idea. I mean, obviously the platforms are essential, right? Your CRM, CDP, marketing tools, BI.
Yeah.
You need
Well,
all.
absolutely necessary, foundational.
But what specifically can a person do that no software, no matter how smart, can actually replicate?
Well, the source is pretty direct about this. It says, look, SaaS tools give you capabilities, sure, but no tool alone can truly interpret the complexity of a dynamic business or resolve ambiguity, when the data is messy or processes aren't clear-cut. And crucially, no tool can build the trust needed to get different departments like sales and marketing and finance really working together smoothly across those silos.
Okay. So it's not just about being good with the tech. It's understanding the business, the people, the sort of messy reality of it all, and using the tech through that lens.
Precisely. That's spot on. The best RevOps folks aren't just fluent in the tech stack. They know how to leverage it effectively because they get how the business actually runs, how people really interact day to day.
Okay, let's dig into that value proposition then. What kind of things do these system-thinking RevOps people actually see or do that shows this unique human angle? The article had some good examples.
It did, yeah, and this is where it gets really practical. They understand the ripple effects, the interconnectedness.
How so?
Like, say you tweak a lead scoring model. A RevOps thinker sees that's not just changing a number in the marketing database.
Right.
It impacts sales velocity down the line, how accurate your pipeline forecast is, maybe even how ready customer success is when that deal closes. A tool shows the score change. A person maps the consequences.
Or seeing where inconsistent data isn't just a data issue, but maybe an organizational one.
Exactly. They connect the dots. Like if attribution reporting is fragmented, causing fights between marketing wanting to show ROI and finance trying to track revenue.
Yeah, seen that movie.
Right. The tools might show conflicting numbers, but the RevOps person identifies the root cause might be a broken process between the teams or different definitions, not just a dashboard bug.
And what about catching problems before they blow up? Before they hit the customer or the financials?
That's huge. They can often predict friction points. They might see a potential handover issue between sales and success just by looking at how data flows or doesn't flow between systems and understanding the human steps involved. And they spot that way before it shows up in lagging indicators like, churn suddenly spiking.
But what really struck me was the article's point that these aren't just technical problems you solve with a quick fix, like a filter change.
No, exactly. They're often relationship problems between different teams. or logic problems in how a process crossing multiple departments was designed, or even insight problems, really understanding the why behind the numbers.
Which absolutely takes human skills to sort out. You can't automate that.
Absolutely not. Tackling those requires people who think holistically, who are comfortable working in the gray areas where there isn't a clear right answer. And crucially, people with the influence skills to bring different groups together, often without any direct authority over them. That's key.
The source had that great analogy calling RevOps the connective tissue for growth.
Yeah, I liked that. Like ligaments connecting different parts of the body, marketing, sales, success, product, finance, keeping them strong but flexible, moving together.
Makes sense.
And this is the crucial bit the article stresses, this connective tissue isn't just there. It doesn't maintain itself. It needs active nurturing. It needs support.
Okay, so what kind of support are we talking about? What do these key RevOps people need from the organization, according to this view?
Well, access is a big one. They need a seat at the table in leadership conversations and strategic planning.
Why is that so important?
So they can design the operational systems to actually support the overall business strategy, not just optimize one little piece in isolation.
Got it.
They also need clear mandates, real empowerment to influence priorities and push for necessary changes across departments, even when it causes friction.
Which it often does.
Oh, yeah. And finally, real investment in their development. The skills they need, strategic thinking, system design, communication, change leadership, these are rare. They don't just appear. They need to be cultivated.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Because without that support, they end up just reacting, right? Putting out fires.
Exactly. They're stuck playing whack-a-mole, fixing reports after they break, cleaning data after the mess happens. They're just reactive.
Well, with that support.
With that support, they become this proactive force multiplier. They're designing systems that don't just align with strategy, but actively enable it, driving much more efficient and predictable growth.
Let's talk a bit more about those specific skills. The article calls them hidden superpowers, which is intriguing. It lists quite a diverse mix.
It really is a unique combination. You need serious analytical rigor modeling, forecasting accurately, but you also need operational intuition designing processes that can actually scale up, not just work for a small team.
Right.
Then there's empathy, really, understanding different team perspectives, building trust, especially when goals might conflict.
Crucial.
Strategic foresight, thinking ahead, seeing the second, third-order effects of decisions. Technical fluency is table stakes, obviously understanding tools, data architecture, and maybe most importantly, change leadership, guiding people through transitions smoothly. It's quite the list.
It really is. And the source is clear. These aren't your typical support function skills.
Not at all. They're framed as fundamental organizational design skills. These people are shaping how the company actually operates, how work gets done across the board.
So investing in people like this, it does way more than just streamline things.
Oh, significantly more. The argument is it fundamentally unlocks the organization's ability to learn, to adapt, to become inherently smarter and more resilient as it scales. Because you have people actively designing for that intelligence and adaptability within the system.
So looking ahead then, the article suggests that in this increasingly complex world, just being fast isn't enough anymore.
Right. Speed matters, but the new focus is on a coherence. Alignment, making sure your data tells one story across the company, that your messaging is consistent from marketing to sales to success, that the customer journey feels seamless, that incentives drive the right cross-functional behaviors, that product delivery works smoothly with go-to-market. All of it needs to hang together.
And getting all those complex pieces aligned definitely doesn't happen by magic or just by buying another tool.
Never. That kind of coherence has to be consciously designed, carefully implemented, and constantly iterated on by people who have that rare ability to see the whole system, how all the parts interact. Which is why the article's conclusion feels so spot on. The future of RevOps, maybe the future of effective operations in general, isn't just scaling headcount or deploying endless software. It's about finding, elevating, and truly empowering those human system thinkers who already understand the intricate wiring of the company and can design it for sustainable success.
And it even mentioned the next part of the series will explore how these folks think that blend of logic and strategic foresight.
Ooh, now that sounds like required reading. Another deep dive waiting to happen.
Definitely. So if we boil it all down, the core message from this source material is pretty clear. Yes, technology is essential, a baseline. But the real point of leverage, the thing that helps you truly navigate complexity and drive growth, is investing in and empowering the right people.
Yeah, those human system thinkers, often in roles like RevOps, who can see the bigger picture and connect the dots in ways technology alone just can't.
It really prompts a shift in perspective. Think about it in your own context. For you listening, where might you be defaulting to that new tool answer?
Right. Where could the real bottleneck be? A relationship issue, a clunky process, or just a lack of someone empowered to see the whole system? Where could investing in that human infrastructure unlock potential you haven't tapped yet?
Which leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on, especially with AI and automation advancing so fast. If tech gets better and better at tasks and data crunching, how do organizations get serious about identifying, nurturing, and really empowering those uniquely human capabilities? Things like empathy, strategic foresight, navigating deep ambiguity, building genuine trust across teams, the stuff this source says is critical, the stuff tech can't replicate. What does valuing those skills truly mean for how we build teams, define careers, and decide what kind of talent we really need going forward?